Hey, welcome. Let me get back to the welcome. Hey, welcome, Jim. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, that's okay.
All right, welcome back, folks. This is Coach Santos here with Coach Jim out of Tucson, wonderful Tucson, Arizona. Gambling is a big FL. Is the music a little bit too loud there, Jim? Let me make sure I got it down. No, we're
Yes,
good.
sounds fine.
Okay, we'll just tune it down a little bit later. Just want to welcome everyone here. Trying to stay focused as much as I can here. Facebook, LinkedIn, doing something a little bit different here. 35 to 45 minutes. This is a live call-in. If you want to join us by camera, you can do so. It's actually in the comments. I hope the music. Anyways, forget about it. We're gonna have a real good program here. A real good episode number 362. Why not title it? Why not give it a topic, Jim? Um, why is fighting necessary? There we go. Why is fighting necessary? And we've got a little bit of assistance, just a little bit of an assistance tonight from Chat, the wonderful world of Chat GPT. So we're going to dive into that in a little bit. I got a proverb. I want to welcome those of you that are here. You're in the fight. You're in the journey with us. You're part of this community. Turn down all your distractions. Make sure that you're buckled in nice and tight. Grab a pen. Get rid of the hand. Did you invite a friend? I'm just joking about the hand. Maybe you do have a hand. So some people have chickens. You have any chickens, Jim?
Chickens, no, but they do sell them at Ace Hardware store.
There we go.
Yeah.
Little chickens, little ones you can have. I've thought about having some. Anyways, episode number 362. I want to welcome those of you to here. I see YouTuber in the making. There's somebody else that's coming on. I wanted to thank Herbie Mack was with us on Sunday. And boy, I've almost got my days mixed up a little bit here. He was with us, and I just wanted to thank him. Hopefully that he was with us. He'll be with us once again. Kind of an interesting fella. Got a lot of questions, an interesting childhood background, and he's a suicide survivor. Anyhow, 362, we're here. I'm here. Why is it necessary to fight? Mr. Carnivore, YouTuber in the making. Jim, go ahead. What's on your mind? Why is it necessary to fight?
Yeah, why is it necessary to fight? My friend Willie says you must put down to pick up. And the all things like to be at their lowest energy state, lowest energy state, that's like physics, and that's inertia, right? And you have to overcome inertia. The comfort zone is that lowest energy state, and people can go ahead and grow accustomed to that comfort zone, even though it's poisonous, it's debilitating over time. It takes energy, right? It takes effort. It takes, you have to go and deal with pain.
Yeah.
But the energy that you get, I was thinking about this weekend or this week. It's like, are we limited in the energy that we have, or do we have infinite energy? I mean, so I said, well, no, it's like we get tired. It's like you get tired. You can't do stuff. I mean, you're tired. You physically feel tired. Yeah, but what happens if there's a fire, right? What happens if there's like a fire or an emergency?
Yeah.
All of a sudden you wake up, boom, you go, right?
Yeah.
So
you make energy.
Yeah,
you create energy.
That's right. And
we actually create, yeah.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if we had the ability on demand, had the ability to access that energy to attack, that inertia that keeps us down in our addictions, in our problematic behavior, and our unwillingness to do what we need to do to move the ball forward in the right direction down the field. Wouldn't that be something? Now, how do we get that energy? Well, I think it has something to do with focus. What are we focusing on?
Yeah.
We keep on focusing on, the imagined pain or the discomfort. We're going to go ahead and just sit and do nothing. Right. But if we can go out and imagine something great, something that's better, an attitude that say, it's not that bad. I got this. I can do this. No problem. I can figure this out. It's
Yeah.
already done. As good as done, right? What if we started focusing our mind on that? All of a sudden, how do we feel? We feel energized. It's like, I'm going to do it or die. Oh my gosh. It's like all of a sudden you feel this tingle going through your body. It's like you stand up straighter. It's like, I got this. I'm going to go and get this done. You have just created energy to
Yeah.
go ahead and fight. You talked about fighting.
Yeah. Why is it necessary to fight? Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's you've said a few things in there. Let me get to the and then we're going to get back to this subject. Why is it necessary to fight? Episode number 362. Those of you that are coming in, if you got a question, if you have a question, support the mission with a question. How can we support, right? How can we support this mission? You ask. It says there, this Luke or Lou, this message is for you. Luke or Lou, this message is for you and any other gambling crew. A question or two may help you too. So I'm doing my best to stay focused here on your question. On the other side, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're not doing the other social media sites. We are doing YouTube. Thank you for YouTube. And Mr. Carnivore, I see you. There's somebody else there. I see YouTuber in the making. Let me get into this proverb real quick, and then we'll get back to this subject. Why is the fight necessary? Why is it necessary to fight? What is it that you want? All right, Revelation chapter, what did I get here? Revelation chapter 20, verses 6 through 8 here. Revelation 20, he said, unto me it is done. I am Alpha and Omega. That's big time right there. Alpha and Omega. That is the ultimate right there. The beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burns with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Second death, the second separation, the final separation. That's what death really means. It means the final separation. It's kind of like we need this final separation from these things, Jim, that are trying their very best to hold you down. They're very strong at times. They're very seductive. They're very seductive at times. Now, you said, do we have access to this power? Do we actually have the ability? I mean, we can fight. We can fight some kind of a fight. There's some kind of a fight that we can fight. This energy, this explosive energy, right? Oh, it feels good to just kind of just pop up out of your chair like that. Creating explosive energy to make you move, to make you do something. It really, I mean, what does that has to do with focus? It has to do with vision. It has to do with purpose. If the addiction has you by the throat, and it's blinded you. Let's look at what can you see this, Jim? Can you see the lettering, or is it too small?
Yes, yes, I can read it. Yeah, fighting addiction.
Yeah. So fighting addiction is difficult due to a combination of biological, psychological, and social factors. I don't think we're going to get through this here because it would be a little bit of reading, but it's interesting. Um, it says here biological factors, brain chemistry. Addiction affects the brain's reward system. Substances or behaviors that lead to addiction release large amounts of dopamine. What do you think about that, Jim? Large amounts of dopamine,
Yeah.
creating feelings of pleasure. And these, now, this could be a total disaster here for somebody. These large amounts of dopamine. This could be, this could be the darkest abyss that someone can fall into. Over time, the brain's chemistry adjusts, reducing the natural production of its own of the dopamine and making it difficult. In other words, we have our own dopamine that we produce, right? We make so much of it. As you age, you begin to lose some of that. As you get older, children have high levels of it. That's why they can use their imagination. Children, youth,
Mm-hmm.
making it difficult to experience pleasure without the substance. Listen to this, folks. I don't know who's watching, um, but so tolerance and dependence, repeated use of addictive substances. Let me see where we at here. Can I get it? Leads to tolerance, needing more of the substance to achieve the same effect. It's like there's a pill for everything. There's a pill for every single thing out there, and that's what we take. We take a pill. It's a pill for this, a pill for that. If our joint hurts, we take a pill for this one. Or sometimes the doctor gives us too many of those. Experiencing withdrawal symptoms without the substance. Genetics. Genetic predisposition can make some people more susceptible to addiction. Family history of addiction increases the likelihood of developing it. Did we get to, let me see. Okay, tolerance. Yeah. Mental health, behavioral patterns, coping mechanisms, emotional triggers. Coping mechanisms. Addiction often develops as a way to cope with stress, trauma. By the way, gambling is a big FL. If you know what that means, type it in the comments. Coping mechanisms. Addiction often develops as a way to cope with stress, trauma, or emotional pain without healthy coping mechanisms. It can be hard to resist the urge to use. Let me see who's with us. You can get a chance to share your thoughts here, Jim.
Yeah, when you talk about the release of dopamine and those chemicals, right? It's the problem is that those chemicals are being released that are good feelings. However, they're connected to wrong actions, detrimental actions. Wouldn't it be something if you can connect the right action with dopamine? You know, I mean, isn't there a way to go ahead and find positive, good behaviors that will release those good feelings? You
Yeah, we
know,
got to get in front of Anthony Robbins. Rah, 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 rah.
yeah, think about like just helping someone else out.
Yeah,
Trying
yeah,
to, it's interesting. You help others as you help yourself, right?
yep,
And it's a good feeling,
yeah,
when you are supporting someone else because you are also supporting you, which is a positive action, which actually releases good chemicals in the body, endorphins, dopamine, right? I mean,
yeah,
like, look, it's there's certain things that you have to fight, you have to put effort, you have to go out and put the hard work in order to get those good feelings. I get that. I mean, it's like running, exercise, in the morning. It's not the most pleasant thing to go and think about and
Yeah.
actually start doing as you're in motion. But, at the end, you feel good through the day. You feel good. It's like, I'm glad I did that, and, those are the things that we have to remember, those good feelings. We got to remember the state that we were in when we did those good actions.
The
Fight,
goal, the reward.
it's like not everything has to be just blood, sweat, and tears. It doesn't have to be like that.
Hmm.
Good actions can release those good feelings.
Cause effect. Yeah.
Right.
Cause and effect. Yep.
How about hanging around with good friends, instead of going
Exactly.
to the casino or going into your addiction? That feels good. Positive communication.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
doing something active, right? Journaling, you know, meditating, breathing, you know, some type
Doing.
of action, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't
Doing exactly. Doing. In order to get ahead, obviously, we're gonna have to and to create energy, because I mean, we can sit right here in front of the camera and get sleepy if you're not careful. You have to create energy, but in order to create energy, there has to be something that you want. There has to be something that you have to strive, go after. Even short-term goals, I believe you have to have short-term goals and some long-term goals. You got to have both, short-term and long-term.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's going to help create energy. And again, yeah, it's true. Who you hang around with, the community that you associate with, what you're paying attention to. Yeah, I was thinking about this. The Bible. I enjoy reading the Bible. I I really do enjoy reading the Bible. I believe the Bible is a very difficult book to understand. It's not. Uh, I wrote this book here, and I could barely put this together. But this is easy to read and pretty fairly easy to understand, I guess you can say. To me, the Bible, I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but the Bible to me is like it's like a treasure box, and I'm constantly opening it up and digging in there to see what's important, right? What is, I guess I want to say, what's important to you, what truth is important to you on the other side. We have to know and understand what truth is important, what vision, what focus, what direction, or else you'll fall prey. You'll fall prey to boredom too. You'll fall prey to boredom, because boredom is that's like another focus thief. It's an FT, focus thief, and you will not fight the good fight. You'll fight a fight, but it's not going to be the good fight.
I was thinking about Herbie,
Yeah.
uh, on how he was a counselor for suicide. I think about the people who committed suicide in my life, and the
Yeah.
others who committed suicide. And it's like I'm not going to judge those people. I'm not going to go ahead and you know talk negatively about them. They're going through some type of problem, and they've fallen. Um, but I think about this. I think about them as fallen, and they dropped the flag. Right. I remember the Red Badge of Courage, a book I read in middle school.
Yeah.
And it's like how the soldier was able to go ahead and pick up the fallen soldier's flag and run with it. And you can go and think of that as a purpose. A lot of people who have lost the battle, whatever battle in life, addiction, right? And they lost. A purpose. You can go and say, you know what, my purpose is not let those people's lives go in vain. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the flag and fight, like you said, fight. I'm going to go ahead and not let that person's death go in vain. You know, I'm still alive and I can go ahead and figure something out. I can figure myself out and I can go ahead and help other people. My purpose, I can go ahead and spread a positive light, right? That can go and touch other people's lives, right? Now you start gaining that energy, a reason, right? You talk about, the short-term, long-term goals, right? Why am I living? You know, well, maybe you can go ahead and find that purpose, in helping yourself, helping the world. I mean, life is all about, organization, moving to the next level, creating greatness, right?
Yeah.
Here we are. Look at us. We are, an example of it. Look at, it's like from dust. Now we have like stuff all working together, systems, body systems, mind systems. It's like, holy cow. So we
Yeah.
have the ability, it's in us to go ahead and take nothing and turn it into something. We can go and turn chaos and turning it into something great. We can turn our chaotic lives, you know, we can turn it around and turn it into something great.
So that so then I like what you just said, Jim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to issue a challenge here. One thing I'm going to take one thing on this week that I should be I should have taken on maybe last week or the week before. So I'm going to take on one challenge. I'm going to commit to myself. I'm going to work on that over the next 7 days. What's one thing you on the other side can take right now as a challenge? And we can end the program here in just a few minutes. We can end this broadcast number 362. What's one challenge that you are willing to take up tonight, today, for the rest of this week, for the next 7 days? I'm taking on that challenge. Are you taking on the challenge? We got to take the challenge on, right, Jim? If that's why it's necessary to fight. So it's like we're going to create an energy right now, right here. At least I am. I got to
Yeah,
bust myself up, anyways.
yeah. I remember this
Yeah.
training coach, this workout guy who unfortunately lost his life by getting hit by a train. I forget his name, but he talked about, if you have a goal, you know where you want to go, you
Mhm.
have to in your mind be prepared for the obstacles that are going to be coming at you, right? Have your mind ready. You know that this is the stuff that you're going to go and have to face. So when you have that
HD.
mindset right there, right? It's like the struggles that you encounter. It's like, okay, here it comes. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I think about like the pain. There's pain, the pain of abstinence from your addiction. The pain of taking on action. Whether it be learning, or like getting in shape, right? Exercise,
Yep.
learning a new skill, trying to figure out a problem. There's pain that's involved when we're trying to go ahead and get to the next level. There's pain. So we have to go ahead and, realize that if we get our mind right, you know, when that pain comes, it's not going to be that sharp. We'll be ready for it. It's like, and one of the things that we can go and do is just look back on our own life and our own experiences. You know, Many times we tried starting something, right? But we got hit by something that didn't.
Gambling is a big fat lie. Yep. Exactly. We get
So,
derailed.
yeah.
We're
So,
steamrolled.
I think by, having that mental preparedness, like you said, planning, when we go ahead and get ready for that, that pain is not going to be so sharp, not so sharp, and we can go on and deal with it. It's like, it's like I'm on another fast, not eating. You know, I understand that it doesn't feel that good in the beginning, you know, but I can go ahead and I can deal with it. I can deal
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Running, you know, I can deal with it. I can do a little bit, you know.
Yep.
So
No.
I mean, that kind of stuff, preparing our mind for the pain, that kind of challenge, I think gets us in a better position to win. because it's a fight,
Yeah. Support. Yeah. Support systems. Let me look at that real quick here because I know we're running out of time. Time goes by so quick. Support systems. A lack of support, lack of a strong support system can make it difficult to find encouragement and resources needed for recovery. In this world of difficulties and uncertainties and letdowns, you know, from one day to the next, you don't know who you can count on sometimes or what you can count on. Again, I promote the Bible. I have a very strong dependence these days on the Word of God because I always want truth. I look for truth. I listen to people. Sometimes I listen to myself, and I look around me. I pay attention, and we live in a world where truth is become so distant. It's become like a needle in a haystack, and I'm always asking people. They say things, they're going to do this, they're going to do the other thing, they're going to call you back, they're going to come through, they're going to be on time, they're going to I don't know. Let me get back to where I was here. So truth is yeah, back support systems. Lack of a strong support system can make it difficult to find the encouragement and resources needed for recovery. And not just for recovery, for just growth, personal growth. We need to be growing. What is this one here? Um, denial. What is this again here? Denial and stigma. Many people with addiction struggle to acknowledge the problem, feel ashamed, preventing them from seeking help. Fear of withdrawal. Oh, I'm going too fast here. Fear of withdrawal. Symptoms can be severe and frightening, leading individuals to continue using to avoid discomfort. Loss of control. So, commitment, community, uh, here, long-term commitment, changing lifestyle, building new skills. That's what we're all about here. At least working on what we have, taking on a challenge when we have to, something different, like I did tonight. Right? We've done this before, something like this, but generally, I think we kind of prepared the broadcast for it. But I'm serious. There's something in your life that you can accept a challenge for this week, and just go for it. Go for the next 7 days and challenge yourself. Anyways, I'm glad you're here. We're running out of time. We are going to be back here, I think Sunday. I think today's Wednesday, right? We're going to be back here on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with another broadcast, another live episode. This is number 362. I believe we're headed towards 363. Jim, go ahead. Give us some thoughts here. We're getting ready to.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked, the topic of tonight is fighting. It's like
Why is it necessary to fight? Yeah.
we've had a lifetime of I believe just evil mental programming that has just taken over our brain, unfortunately. Okay, evil programming. Okay, that benefits others, but it doesn't benefit ourselves. Okay, and today I dealt with the word metacognition, and
Yeah.
one of the ways that we fight, okay, is to
Metacog.
go ahead and start thinking about what we're thinking about. Being aware of our thoughts, our emotions. Okay, and I don't want to get political here. You might love Trump, you might hate Trump, Donald Trump,
Yeah.
but if you saw what happened to him, getting shot, going down, and coming back and raising his fist, basically giving the middle finger to the son of a bitch who was trying to kill him. Okay,
Yeah.
or whatever forces that were trying to take him down. That is the kind of spirit that we all need to have. We understand that there's forces in our mind, that are trying to take us down. Take us down. We need to go and say, fuck you. Fuck you. You're not going to beat me. You're not going to beat me. I'm going to beat you. That's what we're going to go ahead and do. You see, so, I mean,
take it to the fight.
And that's the energy that we need that we can create. If we're aware that we can go ahead and choose a better way of thinking. Choose a better idea of ourselves, an image of ourselves.
What's going to drive us exactly? What's going to drive you there? What's going to drive you there? What is it that's going to drive you? Long-term commitment, Jim. So changing of lifestyle, building of new skills. What's cool is learning new coping mechanisms, managing stress, and building a new support network. I guess in order to build a brand new neurological network, it makes sense that you would have to build a new support network, right? Of people and our life hacks, if you will, also, and people, because we need people. We do need one another, whether we want to admit it or not. We do need one another in some way. We all benefit in some way. Anyhow, yeah, this is
why
we fight. This is why we fight. Why we fight. Why we fight. We fall down. Jim, there's fighters that have taken on some brutal falls, like boxers. And if you I mean, I've never been in a boxing ring. I've never fought. I've never been a prize fighter. But maybe I shouldn't even bring that up about the prize fighter. Anyhow, maybe I won't. I'm gonna let you get your thought in. I've got a call to action here. I got to get to something real quick. I got a call to action. But go ahead and give me your thoughts.
Yeah, in regards to support networks, it's another fight, okay? Because we're fighting against all these pre-programmed ideas of don't ask for help. That looks weak. Don't do that. You're a man. You need to go ahead and take care of things yourself. So once again, think about what you're thinking about, right? What are these thoughts? It's like, is this in my own best interest or not? No, there are people out there who can go and help me. There's actually people out there. There's places I can go to go ahead and get support for my issue, because my goal is to go ahead and beat this addiction. My goal is to go and overcome these problems, and I care about myself enough to go ahead and fight against these stupid thoughts, fight against these crazy concocted ideas, that have been brainwashed in my mind, that I'm not supposed to do this. I'm not supposed to do that. What are they going to say? What are they going to say about me? What's going to happen? Oh, no, don't do that. Just keep your mouth shut. No. So yeah, it's a fight, Santos. You're right.
The boxer can't stay down. I mean, he might be humiliated. He might be knocked down for just a little bit. There have been people or boxers, probably young boxers, that have walked away and said, I'm not going back in the ring anymore. I got knocked down 3 times. That's it. That's enough for me. I'm done. I'm going back to cut meat at the local store down my city, or whatever, whatever they were doing before they decided to go into the big leagues.
Yeah.
Or you get up. You've been hit pretty hard, you get up. Isn't it? It's not about how hard you get hit. I don't think that's what it's about. It's not how hard you get hit.
Yeah, I remember a quote. I got it off like a sticky tab. It said, like what is it? Something about
Stallone said it in one of his movies. Rocky. Something about it's not how hard you get hit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the quote went like this. It's like courage isn't always loud, you know? Sometimes courage is just saying, I'll try again tomorrow. I'll try again tomorrow, you know? So
Yeah.
even if you fail, if things didn't go right, we all have bad days, right?
Yep. Yep.
Right. But, that doesn't prevent us from picking ourselves up and learning about what happened, you know, being honest with ourselves, what happened, and trying something new, trying something new.
Exactly. Fighting on. Fighting on. Trying something new. Exactly. That's what we got to do in order to produce some glue. And this will work for you too. So, once again, I want to thank you for hanging out with us. I see MSG or MG08, Jesse, YouTuber in the making, and those others that were here. Who was it? Mr. Carnivore. Is it Mr.? I don't know, Master. Jesse Valdez. And those of you that were by way of Facebook and LinkedIn, thank you for hanging out 30 minutes. That's all we have. We've come to the end of this episode. We will be back here on Sunday. My call to action, and Jim mentioned this during the broadcast, is to pick up a journal. Pick up a journal. Start journaling. And begin to work on your ST, your self-talk. You could call it PST, positive self-talk, or you can just call it ST. That's kind of my call to action. Pick up your journal, work on your self-talk, begin to hammer it down again this week for growth, to get ahead, to become better, to figure out the way. So with that said, thanks, Jim. Last words, Jim?
Yeah, just when you feel weak, just remember you have an untapped reservoir of fighting energy. With the right focus, with the right self-talk you talk about, you can go and untap that energy and just unleash it on whatever kind of obstacle that you have.
Yep. Unleash it. All right, folks. Thank you once again, Jim. Hey, let me see if I don't get too distracted here, and I get this done right. Okay. Oh, it's going up. I can't hear it. Anyhow, this is part of the bloopers, I guess. We'll leave it at the end of the video. But you can hear the music. Oh, I can hear something now.
You can hear, yes. Here it comes. The
All
outro.
right. There we go. All right, folks. With that said, this was episode number 362. We're going to see you next Sunday. I believe episode number 363, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time live. Join us. Ask your question. Will we see you at the top? Will we see you at the top? All right, Jim.
All right, Los Santos. Have a great week. See you on Sunday.
You too, brother.
Bye.